And welcome back to Boat Extras. It is Monday. What is the date? You may say Monday the 24th. It's just about 3 o'clock. Should have been here this morning, but guess what? I'm waiting for post that never happened. And it was an important bit of post because I needed it for here, which you will see eventually once it arrives. Anyway, there we go. We've got off to a bad start and a late start. So I've just arrived and it's a case of carrying on where we left off. Thank you very much for those that took the time to tell me what I should do with regards to these, whether they should be restored or whether they should be, well, left and not used. So the consensus is that we restore them, and anything that remotely looks like that should be restored too. So I think I left it whereby there was a crack in this one and it was filled in there and then wiped clean. So that should be pretty good. Says, can you feel it? Yes, there you go. So there's no residue on there. It didn't go all the way through, and that sanded down and maybe a bit of filler in there just to make it look good is good. So that is that one out of the way. So I think the first job is really to do this one, which is what I'm going to do. So it was just a quick opener for you to say hello. Welcome to the next episode. I think it's 16, isn't it? Boat Extras 16? Could be. So I'll just start off with that. I will put the radio on and immerse myself in some classical music. And no, it won't be classical. What will it be? It'll be R&B or something like that. So that's what I'm going to do. You don't need to, well, you can't listen to it because they'll shut me down. You go and do what you need to do, and I'll go and start dismantling this one and sand it down, and I'll be back when I've done. So, see you in a minute. I'll just show you this. Just get one of these little rotating wheels, and they're great for, you know, this area here and anything that's sort of round, because it doesn't take off too much because it's only the speed of the drill itself, so it's not biting, it's not cutting. And because this is now worn, you know, that is a finished feel. It's not, you know, it's not really, I've not used heavy sandpaper. It's just, I don't know what grade that is actually. It doesn't really matter because, oh, it's 60, P60. But getting in there, and it just doesn't take off very little. It just takes off a little tiny bit of meat, that's all. You don't lose the shape of it. I don't know whether I can demonstrate that by maybe I can do it left-handed. There you go. So that's lovely, that. Just need to dig in a bit more here. So I've just got to do that side now and that edge, and then we've made short work of that. So I'll put you, I just thought I'd show you that. I know it's something simple for the people that are already good at DIY and things like that, but you've got to cater for, I think you've got to cater for people that are not, that are trying to tackle a job like that. So anyway, there you go. I'll be back as soon as I've finished, because I've got that one there to do, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put that in the vise. I'm going to do exactly the same with that. So stay tuned. And welcome back to you guys. So they are, well, I think they're done. So this clearly is oak here, and this isn't. So I think I'm going to go down the Danish oil side of things. I'm not going to use a wood dye, because I think that's going to make that more obvious that they are two different woods. I know that they've used two different woods, and obviously there was, well, obviously they did. So I think I'm going to leave the colours as they are, because they're fairly close as it is. So I think I'm going to just Danish oil them. I mean, I can always revert back to type anyway, but I think if I do that, I'll put you there like so, and use, you can see the difference. You can see it says wood dye on that one, and then Danish oil on that one, and it's for medium oak. So it's, you know, I think it's probably got a bit of dye in it, but I think I'm going to oil them rather than using, I mean, they look, to be honest, it looks like a dye anyway. It's a unique blend of natural oils. I wonder if I've got a clear. Let me just check. So before I start slapping that on, whether I've got a clear one. Can't remember. No. I thought I might have got a clear one. It appears dead one here, haven't. Oh, have I? Yes, I have. I have got a clear one. Danish oil. I don't know how much is in it, so work. There. So I think I'm going to use that. If there's any in it, it doesn't feel like there is. There'll be some in that one. Let me have a look with the light. Anyway, let's give it a go. If there's any in it. Doesn't look like there is. Should be. No, I think it's congealed. I think it's lost its... Well, they're dead, so we can't use those. Have I got any up here? What's that one there? Danish oil. Here we go. I thought he had one somewhere. That's more like it. So, I mean, it's going to dry as a satin finish anyway. And ultimately, everything up there, I obviously need to get some more of this. You see the colour of it there, can't you? Yeah, I'm glad I've not used the dye. So I think that's going to be the answer, to get some, just some natural clear Danish oil. Because we don't need to mess with this colour. Yeah, I think it's turning out quite nice, that actually. Quite like the different combinations of wood. Lovely. Oops. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Right, so I'll put you back on your little perch. there, and I will carry on. I think that looks rather nice. Certainly brings the lustre out in the wood, doesn't it? Nice grain. Right, yes, I'll carry on with that, and well, you'll be back when you'll be back. Okay, so we'll leave those there to dry for now, and then we can do the reverse side. So we need to take a piece of ply up. I think we're going to go on the boat next. We'll take a piece of ply. I think we'll take that because it's already stained. Yeah, so I'm just going to chop that off. You'll see why. So we'll go up there. We'll go up there and we'll have a look, see what we can do in the way of a little bit of a job. So be back very soon. And welcome aboard. So I think the next job is, and they're looking really nice now. That's all nice and dry. I think that is the eyesore up to now. So I think that's the next bit we've got to deal with. So I've taken the size of that, and I'm going to possibly going to use a bit of ply, and then I might face it in oak, so it's nice and straight. It's exactly 3 inches across. So they are parallel, so if I get a nice neat piece, I think I might be able to make that look okay. So I'm going to go back down again, and then cut some 9mm ply, and then I'll face it, but you don't need to see that, of course. And there we go. So right, I'll crack on with that. See you shortly. Okay, so what I've done, this is still wet. So as you can see, I used a piece of 9mm ply with a piece of oak ply on top, glued and pinned, and that will live behind there like so. But it will obviously fit very neat because I'm going to, when it's set, I'm going to chamfer that back edge on an angle and chamfer that edge on an angle as well. And I'm also going to put, I've allowed for something to lie on here, so I've got about 5mm to lift up, like, whoops, easy, like so, and then I'm going to put something like that over the top, so then from a distance you'll see the continuity of that running all the way around. So there's a little tiny bit of work to do, but the overall effect might be good, might be better that way actually. Yeah, the overall effect will look good. So from here you won't see it, and by the way, you're going to have a big tube running all the way up, so you're not even going to see it really, but I'll know it's there, so I want it as neat as possible. So you get the picture of what I'm looking for. Then that will finish that off, so that will probably be left until tomorrow. What else is there I can do? I think what I will do tomorrow morning, I will get some more of that Danish oil, the clear stuff, because this is now ready to have its final sheen put on it, a sealer, a proper sealer, because all the colours, as we already know, are all great now. They're looking good, those, they're looking okay. So I'm very pleased, and it'll end up with a sheen like that. Can you see? That'll all have a sheen on it like that to match that up there. and then I can obviously put that into position there. These can go into position, these can get oiled. I'll just give those a quick send. Oh yeah, that's a point. I forgot. I think I'm going to have to do a trim. I'm going to have to take a little bit more off that one. Yes. In fact, I might mark that up now actually. That's what I'll do. Yes, I found myself another job. Right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get that. Yeah, I'm going to get that marked up, and then I'm going to change blades and cut it with my jig. Okay, see you shortly. Yet again, changed my mind. I'm not going to cut that because I want that window in before I cut that one. I want to see how they look. So I'd rather do that than do anything else. So I think scrap that idea. I think we need to put some ply on here, and there, make a hatch for there, and then that can be done, and then that can be coated like those. So I think that is the next job to do. So I'm going to go down there. I've got the sizes, and I'm going to find some ply. There's plenty of it over there and down there. And I'm going to find some ply, and I'm going to cut them down. So stay tuned. And a very good morning to one and all. Now, I tweaked my back last night. Yes, I decided I needed to take... Why does that light keep going out? It must be needing charging. Oh. Maybe because it's too cold. Yes, so where was I? Yes. Look, please, light, do me a favour. Might not be on long. Stay on. Right, don't stay on. God. Sorry about this. Yes, I tweaked my back last night, so I know I'm on a downhill. I struggled to get here at the unit, so I genuinely do not know how long I'm going to last before my back decides to give in. It was struggle driving, so doing what I would have loved to have done this morning might be too difficult. In which case, you'll already know, because I would have had to have put whatever I've filmed on, because my back wouldn't take it anymore. And I know from past experiences with my back that it takes at least 3 days, sometimes 4, depending on how much I punish it, to recover. So it might not be the best of videos this time around, and also it might not be that I will be able to film anything until next week. So I'll tell you where we're up to. Last night obviously we coated these, which have turned out okay, I think. That's one there. They look pretty good. I think I need to offer them, which is going to be a feat in itself. I need to offer them up there really, to see the colour, to see whether I need to give them another coat, which means that I'll have to go up the ladder, which is in the car, and get on the bloody boat, which is going to be fun. Right, well that's what we've got to try and do, because I would like to know whether they are going to stay that colour. That colour is going to match in with what's there. If not, then we need to give it another dose. So, wish me luck. We're going aboard. Right, well, I'm aboard. Hey, and so are you. Right, well, I've put the boards there, and actually they don't look too bad. But before I show you those, this is now ready for a bit of treatment. That's successfully stuck. I'm going to chamfer these edges. I think I might have to get the router table out for that, because I want to angle those. I want to, oh, I can't hold both, but can I? Can I jam that with my knee? Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. So what I would like to do is this here. I'd like to angle so it goes like that on an angle on both sides, so it fits. Ouch, me back. Ouch, ouch. So it fits in the back there more snugly, and I can either screw it into there, because there's, believe it or not, there is a void behind there. There was a cutout there. If you look on the very early days of the videos, you will see a cutout. I don't think I need to get into there, to be perfectly honest. It is watertight, and there is gaps in there that actually trickle through into the bottom of the boat, so if there were to be any water, it would slip into the bottom of the boat, and hopefully it would be extracted by those pumps that are going to be installed eventually. So there you go. So that's okay. That needs a bit of treatment and a bit of fettling, which is good, but these actually have turned out rather nice. They look really good. I'm very pleased with those. It really does neaten that section of the boat up. It completes that whole section, so that's great. And actually, colour wise, you know, I don't think that's too bad. That's had one heavy coat. So I am going to have a chat with my back to see whether it will allow me to put them in place. And I'm going to ask my back not to prolong my recovery. Yes, because I'm now itching to put them in place before I go. So I'm going to have a chat with my back. Right, okay, see you soon. Right, we've had a little chat, and basically my back is in agreement with me that I should try and get these on. Yes. So, with that said, I have glued, using some glue in my electric gun that I absolutely love, that one in position, and that, ouch, ouch, don't bend down too much, there we go, that fits there lovely, and that's the easy one. Now, I'm going to glue this one into place, but because the ply is warped, it's also going to have a couple of screws in it. But I will be removing the screws, because this adhesive that I'm using, which is the one, it's called, if I can turn it around, 221 Stick-Flex, is the one that I used for the rails at the front. So I'm going to use that on here and on here, because we've got plenty of glue, and these glues do not last, so I need to use them because they're not cheap either. So I'm going to put that one on, check on my back for approval to do the next one. So see you in a minute. Okay, so after much huffing and puffing, I've managed to do what I've needed to do, and I think I'm not going to push it anymore, because my back's playing up rather a lot, and I am going to suffer tomorrow. But I'm so pleased that we've got it up to now, to this stage, and I think, well, I'll put this on. It's not going to be a brilliant episode, but it's as far as I can take it due to the circumstances. So I've got them now in position, and they are looking really nice actually. I only needed a couple of screws in the bottom of that one there. Once it's set, I'll remove them and that'll be completely stuck. That one didn't need any at all because it just fit flush, so that was good. And you were right, those look good. I've got to say, they look in keeping. So I'm pleased about that. It took me a while to figure out which way they're meant to go, because this one, these, if I just sit here, ouch, obviously these are taller than these are, and I thought, well, the taller one needs to go over that side. But then I thought, well, with the cushions on and you're sleeping, as you compress this area, you don't want to be feeling the taller one. So I'm guessing that the smaller one needs to be at this end. Anybody can tell me any other, that if it's meant to go the other way, then I will swap them around. But that's my, I'm using a guessometer because I can't remember whether they were that way around or not, because they fit either way. So anybody can tell me whether I've got them the right way around. That would be lovely, thank you. These are fitting really nice around here. I've only got one screw in this one because I don't want it popping off this area here, so I've just put this on just to show you the finished article. So it needs screwing into position properly, but I'm really pleased with the way it's joined up there and there. I don't think it needs any beading. It's as neat as I'm going to get it. I don't know whether there's anything that goes on that edge. I might put something over that, but I've still got to, obviously there's always going to be cushions here, so you're not going to see it. So yeah, overall, I'm, under the circumstances, I'm extremely happy. Extremely happy with the way that looks. And with these in situ, I just put, whoops, sorry, I'm making you feel sick again. I put you just there, like so. I can't see anything there. I put you there, yeah. Put that one back in there, like so. Like a boat. It's looking like it's looking good. That looks very good. Very happy with that. I just noticed it's just popping off there, and that might be because it's screwed to it. Might have to put a screw in there actually. Anyway, there we go. We're getting there. So the only next thing I need to do, I'll take this down there. I'm going to give it a coat before I leave, and then I can then tackle that when I'm better. I can tackle the edges of this and get that fit up there, and yeah, and then we're getting to the point where that, my friends, will be complete. So thank you very merry. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, even if it's for my back, playing the game and allowing me to do that. That would be marvellous. Thank you very much for your input. I do appreciate it. It's not a game plan in any way, shape or form to make you make the algorithm or whatever to get people to communicate. It's nothing to do with that. I genuinely, when I ask for your help, I really do mean it. I want to know. So I do appreciate it. So there you are. You've got that. Have I got those the right way around? I need to know. So please let me know. If you've got a Nauticus and you've got those on there, let me know whether I've got them the right way around, because I want them the right way around. So there you go. So I will see you in the next one. Fingers crossed. Isn't that right, Buck? Yes.